Happy Super Bowl Sunday. On the 50-yard line, we have Autumn from Black and Orange.
It's safe. No, that's baseball.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
It's good. I'm sorry.
I used to do that though. A guy I used to work with, he cries when his team loses, that he's that much of a football fan. And I said, the Chiefs are going to play the Lakers are going to play the Chiefs at Wembley Stadium for the Stanley Cup. I used to hate it. It's like all the sports rolled into one. It's like, I don't watch it.
Well, we are currently at San Francisco 10, Kansas City 0. I have no idea what inning we're in or not inning. Now you got me doing it. What quarter we're in.
We're in the second quarter. I always, when I do my readings, I've always got the news, Apple News, the headline here in case something pops up. And I pulled it up, just have it here. And, oh, yeah, if anyone wants to know it's right. Okay.
So, Johnny wrapped up your class today, but you got another one starting in March, right?
March the 3rd is the next class. Email me if you want to reserve a spot. Also, there is a video already up on the channel that has a little more details if you want to watch that one first, if you just had questions.
Can I just say, I just took Johnny's class.
Yes, you did.
And it was excellent.
Okay,
He's an excellent teacher, isn't he?
Johnny is an excellent teacher. Excellent and patient and knowledgeable, and you will learn things. I mean, I hope I'm not a slouch when it comes to reading.
I've learned from him, reading with him for years. It's like, and I've read since I was 19. So, yeah.
It's the same thing I said to Lori, because Lori was like, because I took her class. She was like, you didn't learn anything. I'm like, of course I did. It's like, I remain teachable. I'm not a person. I don't know everything. Of course not. I don't want to know everything,
Sometimes it just kind of refreshes your memory, things that you've forgotten,
Because I like other people's perspectives. That's why I watch readings in the first place. I really don't care what Donald Trump's about to do and if he's about to go to jail, believe it or not. I don't really actually care. I like people's perspective on their readings and their takes and
how they put the cards together.
And it's nice to be able to just watch a stream and not be the one reading sometimes. I just can just sit back. I don't even watch half the time. I just listen because I know what the Two of Cups looks like, and there's only a few of you like Autumn and Dr. Vicky, who use different cards. Everybody else is kind of Rider-Waite-ish, and I definitely know what those look like. So I don't ever watch, I just listen.
Oh, I've just got Rider-Waite tonight.
I started to because I thought you were going to bring something.
No. I'm gonna use Pulp Tarot. They're right here. I'll use Pulp Tarot.
Okay, because if you use you can use it right away. If you use it, then I need to use it too. That way, if we get the same card, we hold up the same thing.
Oh, it's okay. The Pulp Tarot has a lot in common with Rider-Waite.
Because mine are different. Okay.
I always use a version of the Rider-Waite. I love the Radiant Wise Spirit. It's like old world coloring. But the cardstock is a little heavier, and for the way I shuffle, they hold up better. If I use a thin cardstock, they're gone in like 2 months. I do too many readings. And even these, I go through 2 or 3 decks a year from reading so much. So, Autumn on Black and Orange, if y'all have never watched her, she's live every day, 365 days a year on Black and Orange Tarot at noon Central Time. So 1 Eastern, you do the math for the rest. So make sure
366 days this year.
That's right. We got a leap year.
I've been on every day at the end of April, it will be 4 years. Not missed a day. I don't know. But
if I was born on leap year day instead of April 13th, I'd be turning 7 this year. No, I'd be older than that. Sorry, no, I'd be 9.
Oh,
thank you, Hope. Got the big 6-4 coming up this year.
You have 100 decks, Linda? Yes, absolutely.
It's funny. We spend so much time online and doing these readings, and we end up doing all of kind of these life markers, because I remember your 60th birthday.
That one was a big shindig. I had a lot of readers on with me that night.
And that inspired me later in the year to do my 50th. And so, yeah.
I'll do my 21st pretty soon, and then we'll all get together again.
So if anyone would like to book a reading with me, I have one appointment open in March, and then April is available, JenLynTarot.com. Or if you'd like to purchase a gift card for a reading, JenLynTarot.com. Or if you would like to come to my Healing Energy Seminar in June in Oregon, you can book that also at JenLynTarot.com under events. If you already know how to do Reiki or some form of energy work, you may enjoy having another tool in your tool belt, learning a different way. I work from the astral body back into the physical and harmonize the astral with the physical. The astral body has the memory of everything healthy. So it gives you another way of working on people when you're doing healing energy. And I channel a pure white light energy. So just another method, another methodology if you're curious. It's a Friday night, Saturday, half day Sunday, all day Saturday, half day Sunday event. And we have Boo Boo Zen Kitty with us.
We do. Oh, you probably can't hear me through over the cat, but I have also, one of your appointments in March is me. And I
saw.
Yes. And seriously, these two people are so good. I've paid both of them for I paid for the class. I paid for the reading, and
you can get free readings in the after show. You don't have to book with me.
No, I understand, but you're so good. You're so good, and I just wanted to just be appreciative of your time because you're so good. Anyway, I'll be quiet now.
Well, come with lots of questions. I like questions because I can throw a lot of cards fast. So I always tell people, even if they're scheduling an appointment for me to do healing energy work on them, I say, come with questions also. I'm going to go to the cards. I'm not going to spend a full hour doing healing energy work. So I can combine both, but I always tell people, come with a lot of questions and rank them in order of importance, A lot of times, because I tune into people before the reading starts, so I have like a page of notes, little bullet points that I go through first of things I'm picking up on. And a lot of times, by the time I go through that, they're like, well, you answered like 3 of my questions already. Like, if it's out in the ethers. Well, let's see. Shall we get started? Johnny, I think we have to start with your petty question. Johnny sent me a video link of Mike Lindell selling new product. And it had everything but the kitchen sink in it. It was like...
He said revolutionary product and had a bottle, bottle washer.
A bottle washer, which looks just like one on my current kitchen sink. Hello, I didn't buy yours, Mike.
Revolutionary product. You mean a bottle cleaner? If you don't get somewhere and sit down,
I can't even remember what else he was selling. It was like
pictures. He said this one is currently hanging on
his painting
with the lion. Jesus with the lion. Yes, there's this, and at first he made it sound like he had painted it himself.
Yeah,
and then it hangs on the wall.
It's like everything he could throw on the wall to sell. Nothing was like a category, like he did pillows and bedding and stuff that all fit together. Now he's just throwing anything out there to try to get some sales going.
Revolutionary phone stand. It's all white chapstick. It's like, what are you doing?
New tarot deck.
small white fuzzy cat.
He did sell the people that was sitting next to him.
This middle-aged man.
So first question, what's his next product going to be? He's going to be selling.
Mercy. Bless his heart.
Somebody said they were floating the idea of making him head of the RNC. I was like, oh no, they don't.
There was one comment on Twitter. Is there any evidence that he actually stopped smoking crack? It's like,
There is not.
I'm under control right now. Oh my gosh.
He's going to set up a kissing booth.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Tris, glad you made the connection. I call that reading amnesia. She's saying she made the connection later after her reading to a dog I was picking up on in her reading. I call that reading amnesia. When I start picking up on something and people like 2 weeks later will email me, oh, I know who you were talking about now. It's reading amnesia. Happens to all of us, including me. When I've had readings before with mediums, I'm like, who? Like I had a psychic. I'm sorry, I have to back up a second. I had James Van Prague, who I'd taken a seminar with. He was reading me one time, and he started talking about Robert, and I was like, the only Robert I know is my brother Robert, who's still here. He's not on the other side. And he's describing him. He's talking about tall, lanky. I see him in an old uniform. It's not a military uniform, but an old uniform. And it hit me, Gramps. I always called my grandfather Gramps. I didn't call him Robert, so I forgot his name was Robert. He was a retired police officer. He wore a Barney Fife-like uniform.
That's great.
Yeah. So reading amnesia hit me later.
I got the Lindell because I got the partnership, the trying to win goodwill, but anything that makes him feel important. And if he had a bunch of women willing, he wouldn't. But I'm just saying, just whatever would feed his ego and continue. This man has a black hole of need inside of him, and But anyway.
He trended on Twitter yesterday because he said that somebody else is basically against him now because someone has stopped carrying his website on some Sir Apple or some, I don't know, something to where he is no longer allowed to do something on somebody's platform. It ain't Twitter because that's where he was. But I get the Seven of Swords, the Hierophant, the Ten of Pentacles. So the Seven of Swords is a scheme and a scam of some sort. The Hierophant with the Ten of Pentacles would indicate this is some old man in his family. So I don't know if he's selling off like his... I heard, and that's not what it is. Okay, my guides are petty. Y'all know how this works. I heard he's selling his grandfather's teeth. Now, what that would mean in a metaphorical sense.
Oh, yeah.
What that would mean in a metaphorical sense is he's selling his parents or his grandfather's stuff. So he's selling their clothes or their old shoes or he's trying to sell them as relics. And so some of them may be from World War I, but it's not something that would be special. It's just a bunch of stuff that they had, a whole collection of things that make no sense to sell to someone because nobody wants it. Those people were not famous. It's be different if it was Elvis's teeth or something, but no. This is some man that nobody's ever met, probably not even you, but some old man stuff. Hierophant and Ten of Pentacles in his family. Yes,
old man's teeth. What you getting out of?
Well, I thought we were being silly, so I said kissing booth. What I'm actually getting is if I want to be more serious, I don't know that he's got much time before that he can be selling stuff. I think he's trying to work, but he's got some major problems, big forces against him, suspension. He'll be, it's bad. I think he's got big legal problems and financial problems and you name it.
I think he's going to be filing for bankruptcy again, probably. Whatever he's going to sell, he's going to lose money on it. It'll be something practical, and I get he's going to throw a lot of things out there again. Just talk, and throw a lot of things because his work is burdened. He's not making money. Whatever it is a scam. When I get these, like if I'm doing a relationship reading for someone in a personal reading, and I get the King and Queen of Cups, those are my beloveds, right? Those are my like soulmate cards. So it's something for beloveds, that they would share together and healing protection, and it's something that the man would use. So I'm going to say condoms.
My Pillows got a new name.
My Pillow condoms.
My pillowcases.
He's gonna something that you use in secret. But I get he's about to hit major change legally. He's about to face some major legal issues too. So
Well, that's how all this started. Trillium Tarot out there, shame be it upon you. My knee pads, she should just put it in there when we were talking about with other people, and she said he's gonna start selling my knee pads. And then here we are.
sell them to Hobart because she says she's better on her knees.
She's better on the knees. She needs my knee pads. It's like, why are you setting yourself up for these jokes, man?
Well, speaking of setting themselves up, I'm going to try and segue like Johnny does brilliantly. Helena Haba, Weaselbird perjuring himself on the stands, and she apparently kind of knew about it. I got several things I want to look at here. Is Ngoran going to try to get her disbarred or something, or block her from lawyering in New York City or something? Because that's a no-no if you know somebody perjured themselves. And
honestly, it's kind of hard for me to pick up anything on Ngoran right now because he's so focused on the ruling against Trump, and it feels huge. But I'll see what I can see if I can get clarification.
Helena Haba, you too can sell my knee pads. You'd probably be better at that than lawyering.
I mean, she'd rather be pretty than smart. Then she'd take the knee pads and put them on her chest, knowing her. So never mind. The Hermit and the Justice, I don't think so, but they're not from him. There's someone coming after her, though, with the King of, almost like the King of Death. Okay, read the whole sentence. The King of Swords in the Death card. There's someone who is bringing change in a legal capacity. This is not too far off, though. The Three of Wands teaches you to anticipate. So hold yourself at the ready, madam.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm getting. She's sitting, she thinks she's all that right now, but she's going to keep being a horrible lawyer, and absolutely she's done. I mean, she's going to be done, but it does feel like it's somebody else.
Somebody legally is going to go after her, so maybe it's DOJ or the New York Bar Association or something like that, because all of her work was stupid. It was all foolish. It was like abundantly stupid, and she thinks she's going to get away with it. Somebody's going to move on her, and I think she's going to have a legal action taken against her that will change her life and burden her. May force her from having to retire from being a lawyer, and it's over, not sharing the lies, like keeping the lies out in the cold. So yes, they're somebody's like discussing the options with her right now, but She could be looking at jail time or
You
something.
know, last week we did the read on what is she doing post Trump, and it looked podcasty to most of us. And so she's got something post him that changes her complete life because she's a lawyer now, and I don't think she's going to stay that way. Or at least not clientele wise. She may still have her license, but ain't nobody going to hire you unless you want to be the Real Housewives of the backyard type thing.
So Weaselberg. Well, no. Before we get to Weaselberg, Letitia James told Engoron, "Don't wait on the Weaselberg plea deal and all that to make a decision. Go ahead and do the what do they call it, disgorgement on Trump Ward." Why did she not want Engoron to wait? Because Engoron's like, "No, there's a New York Times article on this. I have to address this. That somebody perjuried themselves in my court. I have to address this." Why did she not want Engoron to wait on the decision on Trump Ward?
Happy birthday, Lexi.
Happy birthday. You can go ahead and go, Autumn, if you.
I think she was just afraid he'd weasel out. That she's waited and they've fought, and he's, even with really bad lawyers and stuff, he's always finding ways to ta-da, oh look, I've got a thing, oh I've got a thing, and it's like, no, we're gonna come after you, and oh, refusal, and then you just feel beaten up. I wonder if she was just afraid that it's like, look, just, it could, because the thing with Weisselberg is he's still saying he will not testify against Trump. He said he'll admit to something about Griftco, as I call it, Trump.org, but he still will not testify against Trump. So I think she was afraid this could be like a stalling tactic or something along those lines.
Why doesn't she want him to wait? Because he doesn't need to. I think it's more advice than anything else, I guess. There's the judgment of the lover's card. So you can make your judgment based upon what you have now. He wants more information, which is great, but not crucial. I think he knows what he needs to know. I think what the evidence is in, type of thing. So he can move on and go forward with the Six of Swords. 4 wands, 3 of wands. They have other plans they're trying to do in the AG's office. And so they have a completely different route they're trying to take with Weaselberg and all the people attached to him, especially because there may be one other person coming into this. It's not just Weaselberg and Trump or Weaselberg Trump / Trump board or Griftco. This is somebody else too that she may have some info on that she's tying into this, or they're going to have a separate case totally, but he's also going to be a witness for, or could be a witness for. So even if it's the kids, but there's somebody else too that she's got a whole nother plan. She's like, you go ahead. We're doing something completely different over here now.
And I think, like, they knew anybody that they put on the stand was going to lie under oath. They lied in their depositions, right? I don't know, I mean, just, I keep going back to the E. Jean Carroll one. Oh, that's Marla. No, that's not Marla. That's E. Jean Carroll. Something she didn't want too much illumination on yet. So she's like, it's all wrapped up. Don't wait. You've got all the details for this case. And I think it has to do, I'm going to say, with either Ivanka or Alina Habba, that there's something else that was lied about that, like, could sway things. And I think, it's something that she got out of Weaselberg in private, like getting the plea deal going. And there's going to be another surprise indictment coming. Like, she's all ready to move on that. She doesn't have to wait for that. She just wants the disgorgement done, and then she's going to, like, fire another indictment out. So she didn't want him to waffle and wait because it's holding up another indictment.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Yes, please.
Let's do that.
Let's just keep firing indictments out there.
He needs more
Um,
cases.
So, Special Counsel Robert Hur doing his disparaging comments against Biden, which everybody is like, okay, that shouldn't even be in there. Why did Merrick Garland not take those comments out of the report? Because Merrick would have had to look over that report before releasing it.
Hmm.
It was highly political, very unethical.
And there are a lot of people who in the White House who are speaking not on the record, but not with their name, so sort of off the record, saying they are putting the blame for this on Garland.
You know, I know it's a bipartisan thing, and Obama did it too. And stop hiring Republicans for your administration. Like, just at this point, stop doing that. I don't. That's the first thing they do is my AG is a Republican or my defense person is my this person. Like, will you just stop it already?
Yep. Can I go?
Uh-huh.
He's first of all, he's. I mean, that's him. He's very methodical, institutionalist, careful. Not really the best person to be AG. Great for the Supreme Court, not great for AG. And he is holding himself in. And because he doesn't want to appear biased in any way, but no matter how much damage that does, and it causes chaos, and frankly, I think his days are numbered.
We're going to look at that next.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump ahead.
That's okay. The cards will do that sometimes. It's like they start going into that.
I think I think that's how he feels, mind you. I mean, he could have taken it out, sure, but he probably feels that too. That Biden, I get the Ten of Swords and the Death card. Death card is not death for me until I see the Ten of Swords, and then it's death for me. So he feels as though Biden is frail, and he thinks the report is sort of mirroring that thought. Not that it's something you need to hear, but if it's what they would call the truth, leave it in there. It had nothing to do with what was going on, but at the same time, leave it in there. So, Two of Pentacles in the Seven of Wands, that's the ground he stands on. It causes, yes, some balance issues, but that's where they are. I don't think he saw it as a problem at the time. He does now, because now all you have is Five of Wands, chaos and conflict. And now this is also a card of politics. And so one side against the other, who's winning? Nobody. And so it was not a problem at the time. It's a problem now. And he probably just read it as a piece of the report.
What kind of spring chicken does Garland think he is?
He's getting up there. There's some sort of agreement, and I think, and here's an agreement right in the middle. He's trying to be steady, as you said, Autumn, and trying to be practical with the Republicans. So he's a little bit defensive about it. I think he's nervous as crap about Trump because something's growing with Trump. So he's kind of like, okay, here it is. Let's put it to bed, and then it blows all up. So I think he thinks in time this will ease, but there's more things growing around Trump. So there's more indictments coming for Trump. And I think it's going to be weighted so heavy on Trump that he's like, Joe can handle this if we diss him a little bit. That's what I'm getting. Not a good excuse, but it's like, Trump's the one
Any-
committing crimes.
Anytime soon?
We can ask, are there more indictments coming for Trump in 2024
Before the election, please.
before the election? Are there more indictments coming this spring, summer to a theater near you? No.
I can go when you need me to.
Anytime you just start. I always end up last when I'm reading questions because I'm having to shuffle and.
Oh no, I understand that. I'm also, I guess because I read this kind of stuff so many in an hour that I just gotta just throw. First of all, he's already in a world of legal hurt, which is chef's kiss. Yeah, there's some higher wisdom, secretive kind of things, major arcana in the background here. And Trump may think he's able to fight against it with his wand. But oh my gosh, is he got pain, worry right in the middle, legal worry in the middle, feeling completely beaten up, hemmed in utterly through his own actions. I mean, that's really what, speaking about this Ace of Wands here, that's his action. And his big actions, and it's going to come back to bite him. Because if he had made better choices, he wouldn't be here. Anyway.
So that's a yes. What you getting, Johnny? You got the silly smirk.
Because I was thinking to somebody asked in the class, do we call him the fool basically by choice? And I'm like, no, that's how it comes up in the cards. It's not an insult. Don't look at it as an insult. Look at it as a characteristic.
Unless he comes up as the loser, as he does for me now. The fool and the loser.
He just dives into things. He's a bit not a bit, but he's a bit foolish. He's a joke to a lot of people. He has no plans. He flies by the seat of his pants. He's very spontaneous. So that fits the characteristics of the fool. And so now I'm having to reshape my thinking now because this Five of Cups is coming up more and more and more. And Jen's been getting it all year. And then the Fox News lady even got it. And so now I'm getting it too. It's like, okay, this is the new Trump because now he is in the era of reaping because we're in the year of 8, right? So now he's doing
You've done your journey as the fool. Now you're the loser.
And now, mind you, the journey of the fool is supposed to end in the world where you got all your lessons and everything is great. But he is ending in this because that's what he put in the ground.
Is that a judge on that Five of Cups?
Yes.
You're going to lose to a judge. Kind of looks like Angoran.
What's all this in the background? Looks like the tower. But anyway, it's like he's reaping all of his horrible deeds and whatnots. And so he's now the loser. And again, that's not what we're calling him necessarily. That's how it comes up. And so I get the loser. I said all that to say this, because this is how it comes up. I get him. I get Biden, King of Cups. I get my America card. Play with me, StreamYard. America card. And then I get the Sun and the Two of Cups. I don't think there's an indictment coming necessarily. But someone around him, maybe even 2 people, are going down for something which starts a case for him later on. So if it's not this year, it's towards the end of this year and into next year type of thing. But he's got a case, and that's kind of why he needs to get back into the office so none of this materializes. But there is something coming because, again, circling the wagon. You see everybody is going down around him. There's 2 more on the way. I don't know who they are, though.
Well, there's definitely people coming after him legally. He's going to be, fighting this off. And I get there's a whistleblower on the loser. You know, I mean, normally this is like regrets, grief,
Yes.
pessimism instead of being optimistic. Yeah, you
Yes.
still have a few cards, but it's the loser.
All about
It's going to be just a little bit, not too long, just a little bit. But in secret, they've had a whistleblower that has come up, and it's returning to something else he's trapped in. So whether it's a perjury trap or whatever, he's going to face legal consequences. I also think he's going to burden himself, to get attention, and basically stab himself in the back. I think over E. Jean Carroll again. So I think he's gonna have to pay her more money, more coming out. Like there'll be another case where she goes after him for defamation. And I also think the whole family and Trump org, and especially Ivanka, are going to be put in defense mode. So he's a part of that family. So, and there's something coming up around Christmas time. There's a Christmas wreath on that world card. So things, before the election, yes. After the election, probably another something in Christmas.
Dear Donald, I would love $88 million. Johnny.
Please talk bad about me.
What the heck, dude?
I've been picking up for a long time. She's going to attach a conveyor belt from his account to her account.
All we need to do is pay money for the oil to keep it moving.
Well, and it's interesting. Well, we'll have to get to that in a second, because Trump, most of his assets now are in selling his brand overseas, like in Saudi Arabia. He's licensing his brand, so there's no property to sell. He doesn't own the property. He's just leasing his name out. What does Merrick Garland's future look like?
Merrick Garland?
Is he going to stay around, or is he going to be ousted? Merrick Garland. I think I've said before that he'd probably finish this term under Biden and not make it to the second term. But let's see. The energy has shifted. Thank you, Terry, for repeating the questions.
I'm going to go, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
I think what's going on with him is I have to wonder if there's something he does before he goes that has to do with, I wonder if he feels like he wants to stick around before, hopefully there's some, they go after like the people in Congress, or like he doesn't want to hand over this big thing, but it's like he gets it started, or the indictments come, then I get the Wheel of Fortune and the Hermit, like TikTok, you're done and on. Biden, you serve at the pleasure of the president, and Biden is not happy. This because, and what it really comes down to is what Garland left in there was her saying that Biden had forgotten when his own son died. If that is not
bullcrap,
which was vile of her, but Garland left that in there. Wow. So TikTok, Garland.
I hesitate to say, but I do get a leaving here, because you know how these things work. People don't quit their job because you don't like them. But There's the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Knight of Wands is progression moving forward. There is some conversation about it. So it's not as though there's a firing necessarily going on, even though I think it is. But there's not necessarily. But there's the Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. And then my first thought, because this is my card for America, is the Queen of Pentacles. And then there's the Eight of Cups leaving. But this would say he's leaving America, not his position. So for me, this would say when he's leaving, there's a woman coming behind him. I don't know who this is, but I think there's a woman coming behind him.
That's exactly what I got earlier today. A woman, 100%.
And the Nine and then the Hermit too. So he does go elsewhere. And then there's the Chariot. So I think he is on the way out, but it's not a throw him out with the bathwater. Six of Swords, it may be a little slower, like some sort of transition or something, but there's a woman coming behind him.
I'm getting a year, like roughly a year. It's like he's looking at his legacy. I think he's already contemplated retiring in the past and talked about that. But there's something else getting ready to manifest that he's getting ready to move on. And I think to your point, Autumn, it's, people in the government that he's going to be going after. They're getting ready to move on. So he's doing a little song and dance. I get for about a year. Like he's waiting about 1 year. That's a 1 year card for me. So next January, I also get it'll be like post-election after they secure the White House again. And then there's a change in AG. But there's two men in particular they're going to put in defense mode. And I think he's got charges getting ready to drop on. Please, Jim Jordan and Matt Gaetz and MTG and all those people that made it to that little meeting before January 6th. Robert Hur, who's the special counsel that wrote the report. Did someone tell him to put those disparaging remarks in? Or was that his own idea? All the second in commands in DOJ are women, so it would make sense if one of them got promoted up to AG.
Oh. Which Biden is, I wish he would have done that to begin with, since he was sort of leading strong with putting women in more powerful positions.
Yeah, I don't think a woman would have waited 2 years to put a special counsel in place.
Especially not a Democrat.
Mm-hmm. If it wasn't originally his idea, it most certainly he loved it. He thought this would be great, and just use a new way to use the justice system for Republicans, and he very much wanted to hurt Biden. Very much wanted to hurt Biden. This is him sitting pretty with aggressive law enforcement. No, because he couldn't charge him, so he's going to hurt him any way he could. Her is scum. Just say
I get the same thing.
Don't use this as fuel for anger. Use this as fuel for your resolve. That you will get out there and you will vote blue no matter who type thing. Because remember, we have to keep in mind, because what we need to not do is ever forget. The way Trump got in the first time is we weren't paying that much attention to what they were doing, just what he said, because that's all they put on TV. Because he did not win the popular vote, he won the Electoral College, which is a completely different thing. You need to win in the right places to get the more numbers, not the most votes. What they're doing in the second time was literally throwing people's votes away and trying to make people believe they couldn't vote and moving the voting poll, the booths further away. Like they were trying everything they could. And what they're doing now is another strategy of divide and conquer. You have to get people in there. You have to question Biden every step of the way and question his son and then question them. So they're building another offense. Just look at it that way. Don't look at it as a reason to be angry. Look at it as this is just another ploy. They have people on the inside of his administration. Yes, because there was a lot of them still there when Biden got in. So I got the justice and the Hierophant. That's call came from inside the house. This is justice and government. And then you have the 10 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. This was meant to hurt the person at the center of attention, Biden, meant to burden him so that you now question whether or not he can think fast enough. King of Swords and the Judgment. Some man, I don't know who, King of Swords, usually in a legal capacity. This is where it came from. So yes, somebody did give him such an order and he went right along with it because it's something he wants to do too. So
I think when he saw he was blocked from indicting because there wasn't any proof of the intent, to obstruct justice, Biden let them know, I've got these documents here, take them, Her's working with somebody. He's working with somebody, so in some sort of payoff, and trying to ruin the judgment here and affect the elections. Strength on that, and I get a big old yes card. He's in cahoots with somebody. He's getting ready to move on himself. I mean, there's nothing left for him to do now, but. Yep, he's working with somebody.
Yeah, and I do on my channel. I really do. It's why I do the all the graphics and the cute kitties and stuff. Is we can keep our vibration high, but we can go down in the muck. But then we can come back up more easily. And and I always say you've got 2 jobs: breathe and vote. So as frustrating as this is, it's good. I think it's good to acknowledge that and then come back up out of it.
mm-hmm.
Okay, Judge Cannon told Jack Smith's team to share secure documents with Trump, which is not what they're supposed to do with secret documents. Is she finally... Is Jack Smith going to take this up with the 11th Circuit to get her removed? Because she is obviously trying to help Trump and not following the law.
Yeah, she wants to release the name of the FBI agents and their code names, putting targets on all of them. And Jack Smith is also investigating death threats against one of the witnesses. And Cannon is talking about forcing Smith to turn over that information to Trump's lawyers on an ongoing investigation.
Somebody's already got death threats. I mean, Trump already released information to, foreign leaders about some of our undercover CIA agents and got some of them killed. So yeah, let's go ahead and try and get unalive some more people. Is Judge Cannon going to have to face the 11th Circuit? She's as bad as Alina Habba, and everything's paperless. At least she goes green, right? Everything's paperless.
I mean, she keeps it in her brain. Ain't nothing else up there.
She's got lots of room.
That's probably where his documents are, too. He's stored them in her dimension. She's got the Russian binder in there.
Oh my God, cards are flying out, including the loser. All right. She's already been reprimanded once by the 11th Circuit over that, not special counsel. What was it? The guy that had to look through the documents.
call that person. Special
Yeah,
master,
whatever they
something like that.
special master. Yeah.
Hi. How you doing?
EBZK.
You can walk through here. You're okay. Yes, you are. You good boy.
Boo Boo's in Kitty. Did you see the Kitty halftime show on the Puppy Bowl? 20th Puppy Bowl this year, if you missed it.
Just relax, sweetheart. Just relax, dear. Okay. I think somebody wants to relax on the cards.
Of course I do. I can read them better than you, Mom. That's what my cats think. Here, let me sprawl on them. You don't need the cards.
Yeah, I've got this graphic I make various variations of. I've made variations of over the years, which is, it says, one of cats, you need no other cards.
Thank you, Mara.
Please tell me you're getting good cards about her getting.
Getting
I don't have any.
can't.
You don't have any. You don't have what?
I don't have any. I've done the spread now twice because I got one over here, one over here, and neither one of them talk about either of that or none of that. This is like, so I got the Lovers and the Six of Swords and the Empress, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Four of Swords. This speaks about something going on with the case. There's somebody that she is connected with. There's more information coming out. That's what Spirit's trying to tell me. Because there's more people that she's connected with the Lover's card, the Four of Swords. This is supposed to be a person that is off the record. The Knight of Cups, someone has offered her personally information and then back and forth. The Six of Swords and the Empress, there's an abundance of something that is moved around that she knows about that too. There's also over here with the King of Cup or the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. There is some man, this is not Trump, there's some man here and a business of some sort that is masked as like a family thing or a resort, or it's not Trump though. It's some sort of other, well, this could be his resort. Actually, King of Pentacles is my card for property. So it could be Mar-a-Lago. There's news about that. And then the Strength and the Page of Swords. There is a bunch of lies, and all of that's coming out because somebody told. Page of Swords is a tattletale. And so there's a whole bunch of stuff coming out. But as far as her getting moved on, I asked twice, and they did tell me twice, so I guess I give up.
I'm getting she's moving on. What you getting out of?
Let me pull some more cards. Please go ahead.
Well, my bully card, yeah, we're talking about cards turning into somebody, shows up for me a lot of times as Jack Smith now. Like, I call this his card. Although it can be like a strategy or whatever, I think it's Jack Smith moving into action because all of her work is corrupt in how she structures it. And, you know, the documents that he wants to protect. I get there's going to be a legal battle here. She's going to be separated from her position. Big yes. There's, going away. There's somebody else telling her what to do all the time. So I don't know if that's going to come out. That, you know, maybe that's why you're picking up on Mar-a-Lago and stuff, Johnny. It's like there's somebody else in her circle of support that's telling her what to do. So she doesn't know how to do all this stuff.
Influence for sure.
Judgment's on her for sharing, you know, these documents around with Trump and stuff. So yeah, I think she's on her way out. Sun card's a big yes. And that Ace of Swords tells me maybe about a month from now. So into March, early April.
I think what I'm getting is a hiccup. Now, I've got both of my cards of, this is against Trump. I've got both of my cards of evidence. So they're together, and it's like evidence. We know what he did. We saw. We, allegedly, but really, okay. He should be going to prison. He should be going to jail. He should be locked up right now. But she is, and this feels like she's holding the wheel back, or she's trying to make it spin backwards to slow things. Her job is to slow things down, at which she has done.
Just like a kitty cat. I'm here to slow things down.
There you go. Jack Smith, he will go to the court. There will be some partnership there to try to get some temperance. And it would be, yes, she's being suspended or she's being taken off the case. And then she ends up out in the cold eventually. But right in the middle, I've got a magician card, and there's some kind of hiccup that she'll ends up out. But there's I don't know if there are people behind the scenes who are greasing wheels that shouldn't be greased, but it does not work out for her in the end.
I mean, this is her second case that she's caused major problems with, and the 11th Circuit had to get involved to fix it, where she doesn't follow the law. And I think she's aware of it. I think she's aware of the law, but she doesn't follow the law. Because Jack Smith tells her every time he files what the law is. It's not hard to follow. I'm not a lawyer, and I can follow it. So, will she ever... Oh, thank you, lucky girl. Yeah, to remind
people, lucky girl, thank you very much. I get she's brought to heel somehow, some way. Well, let me rephrase. There is an appearance with the temperance card, the Queen of Wands is the judge. The temperance would be reconciliation for somebody just to calm the freak down type thing. There is an appearance that you can bring her to heel there in her penis hat. And I think, though...
You almost made me spit my tea out.
Just so casually, just... Yeah.
That's all I see, man. But it's like she is attempting to convince them that she is now on board with the Two of Cups somewhere buried in here. Like she's now on board, and she seems to be brought to heel type thing, to where you're not influencing or you're not interfering or you're not that, but it's not true. So that's why I still don't get yes or no, but this can only go on for so long. And Jack Smith ain't really about that life to where you can just keep messing up his cases. Because remember, he's not new to this. He's just new to us because we've never heard his name before, but he's not new to this. So I'm pretty sure he knows what to do and when to do it. Hopefully.
So would the best question to ask, would it be, will Trump go to criminal trial for the top secret documents?
Which all the legal experts are saying is the easiest one to win.
Right. Anytime before 25/25. And I meant
before the election. Before the election would
be great. But at this point, it's like, are we ever going to hold this jury?
If they had a different judge in there that understood, the top secret documents and everything, I think it would be like boom, 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 and go very quick. So I think they could catch up. But will it happen before the election? Because right now it's not looking like it will.
Patricia Franzino says, I'll never look at that card the same way again.
I looked at it, all I saw. Like, will he go to trial? Criminal trial.
Yeah, Darren, you and I need to manifest that. Since we both have birthdays in April, we need a birthday gift from the universe.
This is
January's. Let's manifest that.
And just throwing this out there in the universe, my birthday is November 6th. So if the universe would like to reelect Joe Biden and give Democratic control to the House and the Senate, because just
Is
for
that
me and
election
for all
day,
of
or is
us.
that the day? Is that
Day
the day?
after.
Day
Day
after.
That
This
would be
is the
good.
year of manifestation. Put it out there.
Mhm.
We're gonna have to have an election night extravaganza like we did 4 years ago.
This deck is called Touchstone Tarot, I believe. I can focus.
Ooh, it's pretty.
Somebody asked them the thing.
Why does everybody have penis hats on though?
It's just that one. It's just that one. She's a pilgrim.
It's the taco penis deck, as I call him.
Will he go to trial?
I am getting. He's in a bad way, and that's the Emperor. But for all of his actions, it's somebody else who flips, who turns. I don't know if this is Walt Nada. I don't know, but he's trying to put somebody flips, and or he's trying to blame somebody else, and there's a lot of worry. But Wheel of Fortune. Time. Please tell me I'm wrong.
His mugshot was the result of a federal crime, right?
Georgia.
It
was Georgia. I know. I've been using it in all kinds of graphics. I love it. It makes me happy every time I see it. I have a graphic of the whole 19 of them.
There's the potential for another mugshot or another situation like it, something like that. Because the rest of this, it's almost like Spirit said, here's your answer, but look at all the rest of this crap. So I start with the moon and the judgment. There's something else brewing, and it's about to resurface. See what's going on. There's something. This is mysterious and plottish and hidden and blah blah blah. It's got a lot to it, and it's coming back again. This is something that it didn't go away. Maybe it went away from the news cycle because you know how that works. But it's like we hear about it again. Like, oh, I forgot about the Russia collusion case or the Mueller report or the blah blah blah. There's something coming out that had a whole bunch of treachery in it, or coming back, not coming out. That could result, Ace of Swords, there's like your answer. So yes, in the Eight of Swords could result in another mugshot, some other incarceration thing. Now, they're not going to leave him in
Quit reading my cards.
But there is something that could result in such a thing. The Four of Swords and the World card, too, whatever it is, he has to now take a break from campaigning or take a break from the rally type of thing because he's got something else coming up. This is also maybe around Christmas time, as Jen keeps saying. Word of warning is the sun, so a lot of exposure is coming out. This is coming from some man, King of Pentacles, who could possibly flip or talk about this could be Weaselberg, I don't know, but this is talking about something like that. But it leads the Emperor to, and I think that's Weaselberg because the Emperor would be the head of the company. It leads him to being charged with something. It has something to do with greed and fraud and theft and so forth and so forth and so forth. So I think yes. Short answer.
I think yes too, because I have all the same cards.
Maybe I
get their
misunderstood. Oh, I'm so sorry, but maybe I misunderstood. I thought we were reading on if Trump will be taken to trial before the election.
For the documents case, yes.
Documents. Okay.
I get there's some kind of surprise too, something returning again that puts him in defense mode, and it's treacherous. And I think, Jack Smith here taking a strong action against him. I think before the election, Trump's already constricted. So either in jail or house arrest or something, he's already constricted way before the election. So whether it's the January 6th case or whether it's the Georgia case or whether it's the Bragg case, he's already constricted somehow. But there's more actions that Jack Smith is taking. And this is a yes card for me on will this go to trial before the election. I think he'll move on him like a bitch. Jack Smith. And that's a yes card. There's something else coming up, to Johnny's point, like another mugshot we're going to see about moving the documents, to a secure location. So like the hidden closet, where he's moved more things to. So whether there's, another raid, another obstruction of justice charge or something, there's something else coming up about moving those documents. Better be checking Melania's closet, better be checking Barron's, better be checking everywhere.
You said closet, and I heard coffin. I'm like, she didn't
That
say
too,
coffin.
better
No,
be
she
checking
didn't say
Ivana's coffin.
Don't check Melania's coffin. She did not say that. Okay.
Check her coffin. I agree.
All up here, as they used to say.
Have you ever picked up on them actually searching Bedminster?
We asked one time, would they ever search Ivana's coffin, and I got a yes. Which means they would have to raid Bedminster. They'd have to have some kind of probable cause to dig up the coffin and look. But we'll see. I mean, it may be after he dies, and they're digging a hole for him, and it's like, oh, here's a good time to exhume her casket.
Global warming and the flooding underneath will bring it up to the surface. We'll see one day. like they do in Mississippi, how you can't bury people in the ground.
So I think we read on this last week, but I can't remember what we got. Will the FBI and Jack Smith do another search warrant for whatever's in the closet? I know we read on this last week, but I don't remember
asked
what
was in the closet. I don't think we asked, will they search?
Will they do another search warrant? Maybe that's why I couldn't remember.
If there's still anything in there, what kind of fool would you be?
You're asking about Trump.
You can't, I mean, no matter how crazy it is, it's probably true. If it's Trump.
He sold pieces of his suit, and you can't put nothing past him. Would they search? I think so.
How low and how broke do you have to be here? Let me take my shirt off and cut it up and start hawking it. Y'all super chat me for pieces of my shirt.
The thing is, though, number one, there's no way those are the actual pieces of his suit. And because he'll have as much, suddenly he'll be able to make 1 million of those little cards. And secondly, thank heaven it isn't, because can you imagine what they smell like?
Yeah, don't super chat me for pieces of my shirt. I'm not cutting it up.
Oh, good God.
Here he is again. The loser.
Knight of Cups and the King of Swords. He gives them cause to do so. There's the Seven of Swords, your thievery and whatnot, your High Priestess, So that'd be your closet or your secret location too, with the Knight of Swords, something done on the cover of Knight, so your secret locations. And then the 10 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles, they have cause. They have not just cause, but they have details. And so there could be, but then again, okay, never mind. Never mind.
That would be locking his Adderall in that closet because he is out of his mind at his rallies now. He was talking about winning against Obama again the other day. I was like, that man lives rent free in his head. He can't help it.
He just wants to be Obama.
What you getting on him is, are they going to raid it?
Well, like Johnny was saying, do they have cause? Oh, heck yeah. Oh, heck yeah. I'm getting some hesitancy again, but I think it's because Jack Smith is already of a mind of, I've got charges for January 6th up with Chutkan, and I've got the top secret documents in court. That should be enough. That should be enough. I shouldn't have to raid more, although to my way of thinking, it's like, well, but that means that there could potentially still be top secret documents that will remain in the wind.
Yeah, we need them back.
We need them back. And I don't know that he hasn't moved stuff by now. They would have to search everywhere. Maybe. I'm getting it's possible that they would do that work. They have reason to do it. I just wonder if Trump's flunkies have already moved stuff, or because apparently there are also storage, like they've got rented storage in different places too, and we're not sure it's all.
Wasn't it Nada or somebody he told to take him to his hotel because he wasn't staying at Mar-a-Lago at one time? I get, there's corruption at the home and returning to it. The thieving, they better check Melania's bedroom too because he's probably moved them. But victory over the loser. I think they're going to return. Again, very strong chance they'll return to the bedrooms. And detail all this in a search warrant. So, yeah, I think they'll return.
I like your readings. Jenlen's very good, so we're going to go with Jen's readings. I like these.
They kind of all feed together. We're all picking up different things, different parts of the puzzle. Representative Claudia Tenney sent a letter to the DOJ telling them that they need to invoke the 25th Amendment to remove Biden because of her comments that, he's senile and blah, blah, blah and stuff. So what is DOJ going to do with her letter?
File 13, as we used to call it in the retail world, that means trash.
Drinks coaster. Yeah, she offered her little thing. And yes, judgment. Yes. Well, good. Let me file that right away. And fold it up and drinks coaster. Yeah.
Chariot, 8 of Swords, file 13. Throw it away. It goes nowhere. It has no power. It's restricted and limited. Temperance and the 9 of Swords. It causes too much worry, stress, anxiety, that type of thing. It's because if he's too senile, then the other one who's still running against Obama is too. Okay, so let's keep that in mind before. This is why Nancy Pelosi told y'all a long time ago, if you protect him, then the other side's going to do it for the other person too. So keep that in mind when y'all said he shouldn't be removed. Biden goes nowhere.
Yeah. I think they talk about it and turn their back on it. It's like, so DOJ is going to show strength, and keep the Republicans waiting. It's like, okay, they're doing what they usually do, which is bullying us, pushing because they're not happy, and it's like, oh, we don't know what happened to that. File 13. We've lost it. Maybe it's at Mar-a-Lago. Maybe somebody stole it.
Bo ate it.
I heard-
Ate the dog.
I heard it was in some kind of locked closet somewhere.
So Supreme Court, are they going to take on the presidential immunity appeal, or are they going to kick it back to the Court of Appeals and say, yeah, nope?
Can I voice?
Immunity.
Can I succinctly voice my opinion on that whole situation?
Yeah.
My personal opinion.
He has no immunity.
All you need is a president who doesn't just dislike, but that hates Donald Trump. Hates. Capital hates. And you wouldn't talk presidential immunity ever again. Because that person can then take you and prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. You can't do nothing.
If they grant presidential immunity right now, then Biden ought to take out a gun and you know what.
Then what are you going to do about it?
But that's the thing. He wouldn't need to. He would not need to. What he could do is they would have a meeting. Let's get creative. What can we build?
Build the gallows.
No, okay, we're going to do homeless shelters. We're going to misappropriation of funds. What's that? Oh, sorry. Okay, so we're going to double the rebuilding. We're going to help the homeless. We're going to feed people. We're going to do all. Oh, it was illegal to use that money.
Put a hamburger on a string and then throw it out the window. See what happens.
You'll have Trump chasing it.
Flies
his
with no
hamburger.
cats and no wings. I think personally they'll take the case and then vote no presidential immunity. This says it gets kicked out though. The Three of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, it is separated from them. They kick it back out somewhere to whoever else can be deemed important enough to think about it. I personally think they'll take it, but this is saying no, it goes elsewhere.
I'm personally getting that there is at least some, I know it's crazy, enough sense on the Supreme Court where they're like, are you kidding? No. This is the most ridiculous argument. The president can send SEAL Team 6 to go for the... No. You got your answer. You got it over there. Accept it. We're done. This is it. Done. And we're quite pleased. I just hope they do it quickly. That's
the thing, because I get like they look at this case and for practical reasons they're like, no, it's done. But I think there's one justice that's on the take that wants to take it and stall on doing the work, and kind of gaslight and cover it up. So I think there's somebody that one of the justices, probably Thomas, who would like to drag it out for whatever reason.
Justice Moneybags.
It's interesting because they're going to look at what it would mean, like if they took the immunity case, like if they granted immunity to a president, what that would mean in reflection on Biden. So no, I think they kick it back. I think they say it's done. But we're going to hear about one of the justices saying, I wanted to take it.
Well, please bring that out in the open so you show more of your true colors.
So, will Jack Smith get his January 6th case in D.C. under Chutkan, the one that's got the immunity stall on it right now? Will he be able to start? He's supposed to start it March 4th, wasn't it? Sometime in March. Is it gonna happen this summer?
Hang on, let me grab the old.
I mean, Chutkan's kept it on her
Okay.
cases. Had she or
March 1st is a canon hearing about the date of the trial. March 25th is the Trump hush money trial. I think you're thinking of.
I think originally it was supposed to be on Super Tuesday in March, but then it got pushed back because of the immunity claim.
That would make sense. Trump classified documents trial is currently scheduled for May 20th. And Chutkan. Republican National Convention's in July.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yay.
will Chutkan be able to get this done before the end of summer? Because we know Cannon's not going to get that one going in May, so Chutkan could come back in May and do it.
Yeah, all I've got is in August 5th is the proposed Georgia election interference trial.
The Bragg case, the Stormy Daniels case, you already have Cohen who served time for it. It's not going to take that long. It's funny because Stormy Daniels, the best meme I saw was Stormy saying, "I only got 150,000," and E. Jean Carroll's like, "I got 89 million."
Yeah. Ooh, boy.
Stormy needs to revisit the table.
Lisa BZ says, then we run into the too close to the election time, stupid DOJ opinion. Apparently, Garland has specifically said that is only for new cases. It is not for ongoing cases. So
That's
at
right.
least there's that.
Bonnie Willis's case isn't till August, so. Hey, Sienna Rose.
I don't have a justice card. But, I mean, there's Jack. There's the January 6th corruption. There's some disappointment there. Trump is heavily burdened, and he's communicating, but I don't have a justice.
I think that means I need to do live streams. I'm getting on that stage.
I'm sorry? What did you say, Johnny?
I was reading the comment. Hi, Sienna. Will it be done by summer? No, not really. There's a timetable for it already, apparently. 4 Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is a schedule. So there's a time for it, apparently. It's not going to drag out forever. It's on the schedule. So whenever it is, I got 6 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords too. So it's 666. It'll all move the way it's supposed to, I suppose.
I get like there's some options of where to squeeze it in. Trump and a big old yes card on top of it. So I think they already know, even if they have to shift it. Because I'm getting all these yes cards, yes, that Jack Smith will move in and burden Trump and Tower moment. It is a timing thing, and he's watching it, but I'm getting yes cards. I mean, 3 aces, those are all yes cards for me. What you getting, Autumn?
Odd. It ends in the Temperance card, but I don't think that's necessary. I don't think it gets put off. What it feels like is Trump refused. This can be a card of full up, whatever, but this is also my card of refusal. There's something that either Trump won't turn over, or maybe there's some evidence, or there's something he's supposed to do somewhere, and he's not doing it. But it's somehow related to this, that they decide we have to do something. We've got to move things along. I guess after so many delay tactics for so long, it's finally like, yeah, we're wise to what you're doing. And I've got movement, but I don't have
Affirm, yes.
Yeah, I've got movement. I've got holding him accountable as a thief, but I don't have, like, he's hemmed in. This isn't the boom falling. I'm getting wussy cards tonight.
Maybe it's undecided in the ethers. Moses Mike Johnson. Is he going to get the aid to Ukraine on the floor to get voted on?
I've started calling him the heretic. Yeah, don't tell me how Christian you are. I've seen what you do. They will know you by your ways, and we can see you.
He is such a puppet. Every time I look at him, it's all I see. Like a actual marionette. Cut him open, see what's on the inside. It's probably just stuffing and wires. He's something very fake about him.
Oh, it's something, but I don't think it's stuffing and he's full of something, completely full of something.
He's got that impish little boy face, even though he's got some gray hair like Tucker Carlson, that crazy boy crap that drives me nuts. By the way, we're in third quarter, Kansas City 13, San Francisco 10.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually rooting for Kansas City simply because, Taylor Swift, and it'll drive the Republicans nuts.
Yes, it will.
I
was neutral until that all got stirred up.
will never not root for the 49ers.
Trump came out and said that Taylor Swift should be kind to him because he's the reason she's made so much money.
Yeah. Let's see her response to that. She's gonna laugh her ass off.
Please, if you don't get somewhere and sit down, Lord. He didn't even know her name till 3 days ago, so shut up. And what Trump song has she sold? I can't stand. See this, and again, I have never in my life encountered narcissism, and so this is just all such a weird behavior to me.
It's over the top narcissism. I have to take credit for everything.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. It's just lightning bolt just now. I've been saying that for 4 years that I've never experienced a narcissist. Yes, I have. Okay. It just came to me. So never mind.
So Moses Mike, is he going to get the aid to Ukraine down on the floor?
No. Well, it doesn't want to, at least. Two of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, trying to juggle, trying to keep something off balance and in the air. Ace of Wands, a new action for something else. There's a new stalling tactic with the Hangman there. So there's some sort of new stalling tactic, and that's what he's stalling, not just stalling, but stalling with the bill, the Page of Pentacles there. So I think he's going to try to stall this forever and ever and ever.
I've got this weird this weird thing of he's all that and he's gonna have the victory, and oh my gosh, it would be the end of the world if if here we go, if Biden's government had any kind of win, we have to make sure that doesn't happen. But it's like a win is heading toward him, and then it just shifts over to the side, and Biden's like, what the heck? And it shifts down into a lot of unhappy people in Ukraine, a Republican plan. And even though Democrats are still fighting for it, MAGA, Republicans, but it's ducking and dodging is what it feels like. Ducking or going down over the. Yeah.
I get he knows there's enough support for it, but I get it's out in the cold. He's turning his back on it, lying about what's in it, gaslighting by the Republicans, a whole corrupt network blocking it. So no, I don't think it'll get to the floor. I'd be shocked. I think Biden needs to start using the sanctioned money from the oligarchs to fund Ukraine, because Congress can't do anything about that.
Yes, so, please.
Moses Johnson trying to impeach Mayorkas and it failing. MTG about lost her mind when what was the rep that came from the hospital in the wheelchair in his scrubs to vote?
Green?
The Democrat. Green, yeah, that was like the best. It was like, oh my God, what Democrats have to do to protect things. MTG said they're going to try again. So will they do another vote on impeachment, and will they of Mayorkas, and will they get it through? I should remember Al Green, because Al Green's one of my favorite singers' names.
I was going to say, my brain was saying Al Green, but I'm like, but that's a singer. I know it's Green, yeah. But is it Al? Is it Al?
Wonder if he's related. It was simply beautiful that he showed up to vote. That's an Al Green song.
There we go.
Nice pun, right?
The one thing I think I did enjoy when McCarthy failed to be voted in 14 times in a row was watching the Democrat side.
Every time, 100% voting for 100%, Jeffries, 100%. And just sitting there watching it like, oh my God, this clown show.
And Katie Porter reading a book. That was, and I'm getting some of that here too. Just, hey, we could use some, something, cocktails, what have you. They want to steal this man's job, and look how we're sitting pretty, and this is gonna be it's our communication and our right wing and blah blah blah. Meanwhile, that's a two of wands, which is we don't hear, and this is a big old temperance card, which is kind of like this and difference in energy. It's like no. And then you've got, for instance, Speaker Mikey, he hates everything, being like, well, heck. That's what I'm getting.
As would he succeed in his impeachment efforts? And again, no. With the Three of Swords, there is still loss and pain and separation, that type of thing. Someone is elevated with the Star and the Six of Wands, so I don't think he succeeds this time either.
Yeah, I get no, because he knows he would lose. If he's counting the votes in the back, he's out in the cold, and no. But I get there's some sort of disruption for him as Speaker. So can we ask? Is he on his way out the door? Is Trump going to tell him to go too?
Oh, sorry. The dysfunction. Oh, and Nancy Pelosi's just sitting over there with a big smile on her face, just watching all of this. Glorious. It's like when somebody gets fired and they have to be replaced with 6 people to do that one job. And those people are completely incompetent anyway. Yeah.
I just saw this firsthand.
Oh, oh, it's the 2 raspberries. It's a 2 raspberry night. Oh,
Moses, is God trying to tell you something? You're not Moses, or you're about to be banished into the desert. Thank you, Joanne.
Moses. Why did he pick somebody else? Like, at least pick a person with a compass. Like Moses? No, sir.
no, he said that he asked God to be whoever was supposed to be the Moses' helper. But then God came to him and said, "No, it is your time to step forward
Can be
for you to
Moses.
be Moses." Mm-hmm.
Why can't you be Mike Johnson? Why do you have to be Moses? Moses wasn't no greater than you are. Start putting people in the Bible above yourself. Those were not angels, they were humans. You could be just like
Well,
you can write your own Bible. The people that wrote the Bible were inspired by God. You are inspired too. Write your own Bible.
remember, we have this week the election in New York to replace George Santos, which I was getting. I know that the Democrat would win. And I think you got also, Johnny, the Democrat would win. So we're going to go up one there. Scalise, who has cancer, hadn't made it back yet. They're saying he's coming back in February, but he hadn't made it back yet.
I do hope he's okay. I do. I don't want anyone.
Don't wish anyone ill health, but
No.
I'm getting that there might be a little bit of a flip because of that. Like what do they do if they're equal? You know?
He was doing a little too much bipartisanships for some of those people. I get the devil in the 5 of Wands, but he is going to be brought to heal. And the 3 of Pentacles, then he'll start working with his own side a little more. So expect a little more obstruction, especially now that we're in the home stretch of the 2024 election. So I think he's still there. They word of warning is 8 of Cups. He's not going to be there next year, at least not in speakership. So that's probably a good sign for the blue wave, I suppose, or at least the blue splash. But as far as him being replaced this year, not yet, I don't think. We'll see. Then again, if they replace him, it's just with somebody worse than him. So
Yeah. I get his time's almost up. I get the work is done. And that there might be new inspiration, and trying to steal the seat from him. It's a timing thing, and it may be a delay tactic. Like, okay, well, if we have to start voting for a new speaker, then we can't vote on Ukraine funding or this or that. But it's a manipulation by Republicans, and I get a change, a surprising change. So, but I do get, this is my across the aisle card. Like, there's strength across the aisle. So, I don't know. I mean, could we end up with the majority or something? It's about to turn into a shit show, y'all. It is just about to, like, it hadn't been already. It is really about to turn into a shit show in the House.
What I'm getting is if he tries to just focus on his own side, he's going to get crushed. Just crushed. So he has to work with the other side. The power has definitely gone to his head. He's out of his depth. He doesn't have the personal connections that you need to effectively do that job. And here's the thing: it's the MAGA right getting together and taking an action. But here's in the center, this is Democratic partnership with each other. This isn't necessarily with any of them or him, because I've got a moon card after that, Howling at the Moon. So could be some real changes. And then this feels like the happy Democrat sitting on that side of the chamber voting. And he just keeps ending up by himself, just out here, just like what happened?
Moses out in the desert.
Moses out in the desert, exactly.
Let my people go.
You know, he's going to turn into Ted Cruz. You know, I can totally see it. He's just going to be out there on his own. Nobody likes you. Nobody wants you. Ukraine claims Russia is using Starlink in an occupied area. And little Elon Musk says, oh no, we block, people that aren't supposed to use it from using Starlink. But Ukraine has whatever their equivalent of CIA or whatever, it found proof that Russia is accessing Starlink. So is Elon Musk lying? And if so, is there going to be any repercussions for him for providing Starlink for Russia?
Yeah, I had a question set aside for tomorrow, which was the possibility of Elon Musk giving or selling Starlink to Russia.
To Russia.
It's like, so is Elon Musk lying? Yes.
Yes.
But let's have some readings on specifics.
Yeah, I mean, we're a member of NATO, and you're allowing an enemy to use Starlink. Or is there any repercussions by our military or anybody?
My Five of Swords flew out. That's the underhanded tactics and the win at all costs. The Five of Swords is not all the time illegal, but in the eyes of public opinion, it's the worst thing a person can do. You are aghast and appalled. In the lines of my favorite TV show character, if Sheridan would hear it, he would be appalled. So it is something that people will be appalled at. The Five of Swords and the Seven of Wands, he is going to have to defend such an action. Mind you, these are just the cards that flew out. The Ten of Pentacles, there's the business, the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. Yes, there is provision. I don't think they're hacking it and using it. I think it's provided. The Knight of Wands, but it is also something that's paid for. So he's doing business, I guess, technically, but he was also the person who was supposed to be providing it to the Ukraine and did not. Well, he did, and then he shut it off because he said he didn't want to appear to be political. And so there's that.
I'm not sure what I'm getting. It's just.
No, please go ahead.
It's like he's claiming he blocks, anybody, but it's manipulation and, fighting to defend this, and he's blocking the truth. He's blocking the truth. I don't know. He's so high up. He may be out in the cold from any sort of political or legal action, but it could make his coffers a little thinner, so to speak, as businessman Musk. Like, people won't want to invest in his companies.
Yeah, and what first I'm getting is the CIA and NSA. They know all about this. They know exactly what's going on, and what he's doing, and it's bad. It's bad.
It's like espionage, or like helping, like as a spy. It's treason. It's like, this is our government plan of action, and you're supporting another country.
Yeah, but
free speech and all that.
Yeah. What I'm getting here now, this is odd. See, he actually has he has a lot of his money's tied up in like options and other things like that. So there's no way there, it's practically impossible he will ever be poor on the sense of we think of it. But he is freaking, and I mean freaking out about his money and his position and his what he believes is his. And he's starting to I've got cards of just desperation from him. And he thinks that somebody has to be blamed for it because he can't have done anything wrong because he's a genius. And he'll do just about anything to get back to what he felt like he could do whatever he wanted. And he wasn't getting any pushback, and he wasn't shown to be a fool by buying Twitter and ruining it. And he might be willing to make deals with people he shouldn't be doing. He's all kind of messed up.
Big time.
All kind of messed up.
Let's see, Trump kids, will they have to sell any properties to cover the Trump org disgorgement? Not Trump himself, the kids. But they have to sell some properties. They're all Trump org. Is Daddy gonna tell him, oh, Ivanka, you can't live in that $24 million house down the road?
Well, she's got Kushner money.
Yeah. Okay, San Francisco's up over the Chiefs now, 16-13. 10 minutes left, which means we got another half hour at least of game. Only in football does 10 minutes take a half hour or more.
Got to stall. Ace of Swords, 3 of Swords, Strength, 10 of Cups. No, they got enough money. It is going to be quite painful though.
Yes. Yes, it is. Very painful.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. They're gonna the dynasty. They're gonna rain all over that parade. There's temperance. There's big judgment, and Trump whining about it. Oh, this is going to be glorious. I tell you, glorious. And they'll have to do a lot. It frustrates me that I do not see Trump's narcissism is such that subconsciously he knows what he really is. Whereas Ivanka, she believes it. She believes that she is above. She does not, no rules apply to her. She's better.
I don't remember. Yeah, she's a lot like Trump.
Yeah. And I mean, even just basic rules like that Vanity Fair article where, it says there's a sign right there, do not walk your dog on the beach. And she just walk her dog on the beach every day until someone nearby stopped her. Is like, you're not allowed to do that. She said, oh, I didn't know. And the woman's like, there's a sign right there. That sign right there.
It doesn't say Trump on it. You don't know what it says. Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah. And she just looked at it and said, oh. Yeah. And they had a local Halloween kind of fest with the kids, and every family could take one pumpkin home. She took 2.
She can't count or read. When she was upset that she couldn't take her kids to school because she had to go to court, maybe you need to be in school. That's maybe what needs to happen. Good Lord.
There's something not clear in the details on this of the family money. There may be a property overseas that they sell to help with this, so maybe it's Turnbull or whatever that is in Scotland. But it does burden the crap out of the family. Somebody is moving on. I don't know if that's Melania, like moving out, packing her bags and going, Melania or something. Their lifestyle is ending. That's it. But it's like, okay, we gotta watch our, we gotta watch our count our peanuts now.
Oh,
Did Stormy
because
Daniels win a case against him already and get like $5 million or something like that? Or is this the
It-
case now?
This is the case where it could be, originally they asked for like 300 million or something, and they're estimating that it'll be 500 million or more.
Because I was adding up because he's got 25 from Trump or Trump University. Then there's 88 E. Jean Carroll. Then there was two or three from the charity scam that they first got busted on in New York. So that's $116 million just in that little off the top of my head stuff. Not count his legal fees and all that other stuff. I can't imagine. Like just I can't imagine. I wouldn't want to pay nobody 116 nothing, let alone million.
I'm actually picking up right here that it isn't even so much what it feels like is there's a domino effect that the Engoron's ruling will have an effect, but you have to understand this is how they've always done things. They don't know how to run a above board business. Do you know last year, Griftco, they paid taxes. That'll tell you. And it all comes crashing down, but there's a domino effect. So it doesn't seem as bad here, but it compounds because they've been robbing Peter to pay Paul for a long time.
Okay, I have two more questions. Johnny, you're going to love this one.
Oh, Lord.
Josh Hawley, Ron Johnson, Rand Paul, Tommy Tuberville, senators, all think McConnell should step aside. They don't like how things are going with the funding Ukraine and what else was in that bill that got rejected? Oh, the immigration border. So MAGA is starting to affect the Senate finally, which we haven't been seeing. So are they going to oust?
Turtle
Yeah,
soup.
and they're saying behind doors, there's more senators saying this also. These four have been like on the news saying, okay, it might be time for Turtle Man to
No,
move
Hawley
on.
and McConnell had some things going, so okay.
Ron Johnson is not running for re-election, I don't think, in Wisconsin, so it'd be a great time for him to speak up and screw it all up.
Really? I lived in Wisconsin twice, and he's really no more?
I don't think he's running for re-election. I thought somebody else was running.
Oh,
I could be
God
wrong.
praised. He's so awful.
Mm-hmm.
16-16 with 5:46 left. We're all tied up.
Shouldn't have went for two.
Yeah, Glitch McConnell. Is it time? Are they going to oust him? Is he going to be another Moses?
I wonder if they're going to have bigger problems
Oh.
coming. Oh, let me see
If
if I
somebody
can-
wants him gone, it'll be Russia of anybody. But because I get foreign leaders have the power over him. People in the Senate, they can gather around with their pitchforks. But remember, this man has been in there longer than half of them been alive. And so if anybody knows how to escape the jaws of his enemies, it's that one. There is the Eight of Swords in the Emperor. There is some sort of foreign influence on keeping him there. The Ace of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Ace of Wands. I don't think he goes anywhere. The power is still there. I think what takes him out of the Senate is time. I'll say it that way.
Yeah, it's funny. I get there's a Trump influence that Trump wants them out. So it does create a problem that they try to move on. It's slow moving, though. they may end up waiting till after the election, and then steal it away from him, vote for somebody else to be speaker. But there's other indictments coming, I think, even for senators.
Did you just hold
Like-
up the
like-
temperance card?
Yes, temperance and my little judge in a court, and there's like 4 of them are going to get indicted, is what I'm getting.
You mean that? Queen of Swords and Temperance?
Yeah, like 4 of
Yeah.
them are going to be put away. So let's see. Who did I just say? Josh Hawley, Ron Johnson, Rand Paul, Tommy Tuberville. 4 of them.
Speedy Josh Hawley.
Running man.
Yeah.
Like he was being chased by the ghost from Pac-Man. Child.
Like he was being chased by a conscience he never wants to see
Yeah, you
again.
definitely got to get away from that. We can't have one of those around here.
Okay, final question of the night. Eric Trump, who claims to pour concrete, right? Is not at the concrete convention in Las Vegas that's going on right now. Like, why is Eric Trump not at the concrete convention in Vegas? Since he pours concrete.
That's all we do around here.
That's what he said to Judge Engoron. I pour concrete.
That man hasn't
I don't-
used
I don't-
whiteout.
I eat paste, pours concrete. Why isn't he taking
And
his
eats
little
it.
paste jar and eating it in Vegas?
No, the concrete. He's eating it. Like the paste.
Pours concrete on his own feet. He's going to sink. Why isn't he in Vegas? What's he doing?
Fixing the sidewalks in various places because you can't find anybody else to do it.
That's probably what Trump has him do at Mar-a-Lago. Just repair the sidewalks. Get that boy. What's his name? Oh, yeah, my son. Get him to fix the sidewalk in Mar-a-Lago.
Honestly, what I'm getting is he's been on Fox News so much. He's getting so much attention. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille.
He's getting
And
ready
he's-
for a mugshot.
Yeah, I guess. And then, of course, Lara Trump her singing career is taking off, Yeah, there's some heavy delusions of stardom. The stars align their communications. Fox News wants to talk to Eric. Everyone wants to hear Lara. It's just because they need to avoid the horrible state of the way things really are. So they're just ready. Just
Maybe he's helping Laura with her singing career.
yes.
He's mixing the
exactly.
beats.
Gee, that feels nice.
He's trying to organize a way to organize the, how do I say it nicely? He's planning to rob some Trump supporters, basically. They're trying to figure out a way to lighten the pockets of those who are willing to give. The collection plates come in round 3, 4, 5, maybe 600 times, and whatever the Lord blesses and puts on your heart to put in the collection plate type thing, then you go right ahead. But they're getting ready to grift and slide and grift. And then page of wands, there's somebody wanting to go on American Idol, so there's that.
Oh, that would be. She's too old for Idol. There's an age, like you have to be under 28 for Idol. She can go on The Voice though. Yeah, he's constricted somehow. He's blocked from going because he hasn't paid the bills for the last haul of concrete. He owes money. So he's laying low around them. He doesn't pay his bills, and even if he got a hotel room there, like he's corrupt and he's broke, and Daddy hadn't given him any money, and he's got an indictment coming soon. So
Speak to your brother Giuliani. He doesn't pay him either.
Yeah, several million.
Mhm. Jen Lynn, I think you meant America doesn't have talent. That's
Yeah, doesn't have talent.
yeah.
Put her on the Masked Singer
Mhm.
as a prison inmate.
Yep.
Talk in the chat. What would Laura Trump be on the Masked Singer?
Oh gosh. I just in case somebody didn't hear, one of the interesting things I read on this week, I just wanted to share with everybody. Did you hear about Lawn of the Dead? Okay. There is a state representative, it's a woman, very, very QAnon, who she fell for she saw some kind of conspiracy video or whatever it was, but she brought up legislation to outlaw cannibalism.
Oh, I did hear about that. That was in was it Wyoming or
Something like that. And I've got
Oklahoma
details
or
over on my but and it turns out it's because she's afraid of the eco burials. And
What is that?
it's like if you get cremated and you say, look, I want to be buried under, like, bury me with like something like a pot, like with a tree, like an oak tree.
yeah, you could be like inside the roots of a tree, in the
Right.
tree bowl.
Yeah.
So
So
she's
Eco
afraid of
burial.
somebody eating her underground when she dies.
no, she's afraid she's going to feed it to her children. That it's going to be down in the garden center.
Oh, good.
It's going to be in the water table, and that will be consuming each other.
No. But anyway, that was this. So I was.
They just keep coming up with more and more crazy stuff to throw out there to create some law about. We'll see
Yeah.
come election time. Next Sunday, we're on Becca's channel, House of Lenormand. She'll be back with us, and thank you, Autumn, for joining us, and especially at last minute that you were
Thank
able to
you.
join us. And anytime you want to come back, just let us know.
You.
Anything else?
Just Valerie Sargent was pointing out the thing about importance of grammar. Don't eat grandma. Commas, they're important.
We got 2-minute warning, 16 to 16. This could drag on if they go into overtime for another half hour. So I was going to say we could stay on till the Super Bowl's over, but that could be another half hour. So y'all have fun. Go watch the end of the game, and I'm going to keep rooting for the Chiefs just because of Taylor.
There we go. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.